We're live, baby. Just wait a few minutes so the people can join, inshallah. But what kind of freaking trip offers this? 666. Astaghfirullah. No, I gotta go to the car wash too. Mhm. Nice. Plug in here. Oop, no, almost. Bismillah. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Beautiful day here in Tampa, Florida. It was really foggy in the morning, but it's cleared up completely, pretty much, or almost completely. It's been foggy for the past couple of days. Foggy in the mornings. So foggy that it looks like the city is up in smoke. That's what it looks like. We gotta go to the car wash, get some vacuuming done, and then gotta get some lunch too, inshallah. If it's your first time here, let me know where you're joining from, what part of the world. Got a little coffee going, a little fuel for the body. Any coffee drinkers in the chat? I love me some coffee. I went home and I cut my hair a little bit, cut the sides, cut the top, because my kufi was struggling to stay on my head. I had too much hair, so the hair was like pushing it up. So I said, let me do some landscaping. Chopped up a whole lot of hair. It's nice after you take a haircut, and especially if you cut the bottom here, because the kufi, then it almost feels like it's brand new again, because it grips nicely. But when you have a lot of hair, it's difficult for it to stay. Because the hair pushes it up. You're not messing with the Somalis in Minnesota. Well, I don't know what that means. What do you mean messing with? I think I'm gonna start using eye drops. I got my wife some the other day, and I put some last night in this eye because it was hurting. I don't know why this eye is hurting, but the inside part of the eye, the left eye, is hurting. Feels sore, like a dino. I put a little bit of drops, and it kind of helped a little bit. So I might have to start putting eye drops in there. Sometimes eyes feel like they're dry. Yeah, it does feel like a dry eye. I remember the old guy from the commercial, dry eyes, from back in the day. Messing around, brah. What's going on with you, brah? What part of the world you're joining from? What's the day looking like where you at? I'm trying to think what to eat today for lunch. I might stop by a place that I went to the other day, but it was closed a couple of weeks ago. Arizona. It's a nice state. You guys don't get the humidity. When it's hot, you guys don't get that humidity. We do. You guys have that dry heat. The that humidity is uncomfortable here in Florida. It'll make you sweat. It'll just soak up your shirt in sweat. Yo, what's up, Spirit? What's the day looking like? Everything Gucci? I hear there were people protesting. I don't know if they're still protesting today, but they were protesting that guy that shot the ICE agent that shot the lady in the face. There were some protests going on regarding that. There's protests in Iran. There's protest in Israel. There's also protest. There's protests in Venezuela. So a lot of protests going on. Bro, America's crazy. I wouldn't say America's crazy. I would say the government is crazy. Government officials. We got some Looney Tunes in that department for sure. She said, she tried to run them over. Yeah, so I touched on this yesterday. I think that could have been prevented. I'm pro-police. I'm more on conservative side of things. But I think she shouldn't have been shot because he wasn't supposed to be where he was at. It's actually against police protocol to stand in front of a fleeing vehicle. That's not how you stop a fleeing vehicle. And then I was listening to a prosecutor last night talking about it, and he was right in what he was saying. He's like, you're not supposed to shoot a car, period, that is fleeing. This is not how you stop somebody that's fleeing. This is not police protocol to like shoot at a car while it's fleeing. Or even a person that is running away. Like, we know that, right? By foot. So he was explaining that this guy is going to be in deep problems justifying that because he wasn't supposed to be in front of the car. And from what was obvious in the video, the lady had backed away and her tires were moving. Okay, hopefully that connection is fine now. Yeah, but someone tries to use a car as a weapon. Yes, but you have to take into account the circumstances. Like I'm saying, the guy had he not be there, yes, he could have moved out the way. As a matter of fact, there was an officer in her window, right? Nothing happened to him. When you look at the video in slow motion, you see that the cop that shot was in front of the vehicle, in front of her. Not directly like in the center of the vehicle, but he was like front left. He had an opportunity to get out the way, especially since he saw her backing up. What he did instead, and you see this in slow motion, and I'm sure if this goes to some sort of trial, they're going to bring this up. You've seen the video in slow motion. At a certain point, he comes to a stop and he's just looking at her, and he draws the weapon. Sir, you're not supposed to be in front of a car. This is, again, it goes against police protocol to try to stop a vehicle that's about to flee. You don't stand in front of it. Even if you in front, to the side, to the back, you don't shoot at it. So that's two things already that are. So now, I would agree. Let's say she's like trying to run him over with a car. Let's say the guy's here and she purposely like strain up the wheels, and she's like trying to go towards him. Okay, then he has an argument. But the fact that she's literally, you can see in the video that she's trying to move away from the guy, and he remains there, right? And he has the time to move out the way. He doesn't. He just remains in front of the car. This is going to be very problematic. And there was a prosecutor talking about that last night. Then the other thing is that the state can also bring in charges. It's not just the federal bureau is going to investigate into it, right? But the state also can press charges. He was explaining that even if the federal government doesn't chooses to not do anything, the state can still press charges, and it could be also that it is trial in a federal court, even if it's a state case. And he was explaining is uncommon, but that could happen where he's trial the trial takes place in a federal court, but still under state rules, everything like state, which I don't know what the point of that would be, but I think that could have been prevented. I don't think he had to shoot that lady in the face. Again, if she's like trying to run him over, I don't think it can be argued that she was trying to run him over. If you're standing here and I turn my car this way and I'm trying to drive this way and you shoot me, you cannot claim that I'm trying to run you over. F around and find out. See, but this is now you have a cult mentality. Because like I said, I'm pro-police. I'm conservative. But I'm also anti-bullshit. And it is bullshit. That lady did not need to be shot in the face. But this mentality that police can do no wrong, this is absolutely baboon mentality. I think that the overwhelming majority of police are good people and they're in it for the good reason, and I support the police. I'm not with defund the police, none of this liberal bullcrap. But when I see a police officer that does something wrong, that has to be called out. Otherwise, you're a hypocrite. You should be able to say, that's wrong, bro. That's wrong. The guy, let's look at what happened. We have eyeballs to inspect, right? We have eyeballs, right? You can see what happened. So the conclusion that I arrived that it could have been prevented and he did not have to shoot her in the face comes from observation. Let me see what happened. Okay, so multiple things are true. The lady, she was completely in the wrong by trying to flee. Step number one, you don't try to flee anything that has to do with when the police stops you. That's stupidity, right? Even if the ICE agent comes to the door and because the first thing that happened was the ICE agent came to the door and tried to open her door. Okay, stop the car, lady. What are you doing? Put the car in park, right? So she's wrong for that too. Okay. Secondly, she didn't do that. Okay, she puts the car in drive. Then the other ICE agent gets in front of the car. Okay, sir, what are you doing in front of the car? That's also wrong. It goes against police protocol. You're training. As a matter of fact, if you do a little research, the opposite is told for them to do. Do not get in front of the car. So, sir, what are you doing? Are you trying to, do you think you're Clark Kent? Stop the vehicle. Like, what are you doing? No. So now, right, you're in front of the car where you're not supposed to be. You see the woman is backing up and puts the car in drive. You know she's about to leave. It doesn't take a rocket science. I mean, you're a police officer. You know when somebody's about to flee the scene, right? She's not cooperating with this guy at the window. She turns her wheels away from the guy, right? Because he's here. So she's trying to go around him and around a vehicle that was to the right. And he takes the gun out and he opens fire. That could have been prevented, bro. Don't tell me that a grown freaking man that knows a car is about to flee can move to the side. Now, if she turned those wheels towards him or strain out the car and presses the gas and the same thing would have happened, hey, she tried to run him over with a car, he's justified. Even though it's not police protocol, he's justified because she tried to use the car as a weapon. But don't tell me if this lady put the steering wheel all the way to the right, and she's clearly in the video tried to go around the guy. Don't tell me that he's justified shooting the lady in the face. That's just what anybody that agrees with that is just they just want somebody to die. Like they're just, oh, she must have been a leftist, therefore it's okay for her to die. And this type of mentality is dangerous. She must have been, because a lot of people come to conclusions like, oh, she must have been a liberal. They can't fathom that a conservative could have possibly act this way. Okay, so she's probably a liberal. Therefore, her death is justified because it doesn't matter. It's like there's a lot of people with this mentality, this tribal mentality of just because that person belongs to that political group, I don't sympathize with them as much. And police can do no wrong because all police are good guys. This is a very stupid and dangerous mentality. This is a very low IQ way of thinking, right? You have to be able to, to analyze what happened, especially when you have video evidence, like it's in front of your eyes. You have to be able to put your bias aside and say, okay, let me see. Just like I said, the lady's in the wrong for, what are you doing, woman? Park the car. Like, what are you doing? Police is trying to stop you. Even if you did nothing wrong, you don't fight police in the street, you fight them in the court. If they're in the wrong, you fight them in the court. You don't fight any police in the street. You're not going to win that battle. Like, what are you doing? Right? But to say that with the video that we saw, to say that the lady deserved to lose her life and be shot in the face with what we saw, this is completely bogus. This is bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm pro-police. I'm not anti-police. I'm conservative. My politics are conservative. I agree with the left on almost nothing. But crap, bullshit is bullshit. Let's call it what it is. Right? What I'm not is a hypocrite. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and be like, just because I'm, I vote Republican and my beliefs are right, now I'm gonna justify and by the way, I agree with deporting people that are illegal. So it's not like I'm anti-ICE either, right? But I also have a brain and eyes, bro, and I'm not a hypocrite. So I'm not gonna justify just because it's, this party that I agree with, and my ideas and my views align with this party. I cannot not say killing that woman was justified because I'm pro legal immigration. I'm pro ICE. I'm pro right for the most part. And I almost agree with nothing on the left. I'm not going to say, oh, no, yeah, well, she tried to use the car with a weapon. No, she didn't, bro. I'm sorry, but I can see it in the video. And if more people took this view, which is the correct view, just right is right and wrong is wrong, right? Yes, these are my views. I align with this way of thinking, but right is right and wrong is wrong. Then one could say, okay, that woman did not deserve to die. And you can call it down the line. You can say she was also in the wrong, right? It doesn't have to be black or white all the time. Both people could be wrong. She was wrong for attempting to flee, and he was wrong for shooting her in the face. Right? We can't hold her accountable anymore because she's shot in the face and she's gone. So you can't bring charges against her. So what I'm saying is that his response, her actions did not merit a response like the one he gave, which caused the woman to die and shoot her in the face. What? For what? Because she's trying to drive away from the scene, away from you? They were not going to chase her because, first of all, look at her. Look at the environment. Snow, ice everywhere. They're not going to get in a high-speed chase. What you do in that situation is you let her go. Police lets people go sometimes on speed chases under perfect weather and conditions to preserve, not having accidents and crashes and stuff like this. I used to watch cops all the time. Sometimes people will flee and they'll be like, they'll stop the chase. If they deem, hey, this is going to be a danger to. Other times, they make a different decision and they bring out the helicopters and the squads and they chase the person down. Right? But it depends, right? On different circumstances. So I'm sorry, but I don't agree with anybody that's going to try to say she tried to run him over. And no, because my eyes are telling me, clearly showing that she wasn't trying to run him over. So I can't be on board with that. The charges will, assalamu alaikum, Aki. The charges will probably be jail time, no electric chair. Bro, now that's another thing. That's another thing, right? I don't think the guy's gonna even do much jail time, if at all. Let's say he's convicted. You know what's gonna happen? I can tell you right now what's gonna happen. Trump is gonna pardon him. The whole process might be in vain. Even if he gets convicted, Trump is gonna pardon him. Did you see the post Trump already put on Truth Social? They were putting it. Let me see if I can pull it up again. He says he's like, the woman tried to run him over with a car. He was justified. He was saying all this in the tweet. But we do know that Trump is of the mindset that even if bad people agree with me, I'll have their back. This is Trump's mentality. This is how he operates. Even if you're a crook, but as long as you say I'm pro-Trump, I got your back. Even if you mess up, you do something like shoot a lady in the face that didn't need to be shot in the face, I got your back. So he's already standing up for the guy that, because he's an ICE agent. So he's gonna defend all ICE agents no matter what. It's like they can't do no wrong. Right? So this is not a good way of being either. Let me see. Let's read the statement that he put. Where was it? It's hard to find things on. Okay, Trump ICE statement. Let me see if I'll show it up here. Okay, so he said, I have viewed the clip of the event which took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is a horrible thing to watch. The woman screaming was obviously a professional agitator. I don't know who the woman screaming is. Maybe he's talking about the person on the side that was recording. A professional agitator. And the woman driving, okay, so yeah, the two separate people he's talking about. And the woman driving the car was very disorderly. Okay, let's say that's true. Disorderly. Can driving away be considered disorderly? Probably. Let's just give it the benefit of the doubt. Obstructing and resisting. Obstructing, okay, and resisting, okay. Disorderly, obstructing, and resisting. So far, I don't see anything there that deems her getting shot in the face. Let's continue. Who then violently, here's where he starts, cooking up the BS. Violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the officer. So he takes away all the responsibility from the officer who's breaking protocol, standing in front of the car, drawing the weapon when he could just move to the side because he saw what was about to happen. She was about to flee and she's trying to drive away from him, but he's absolving him with his statement out of any responsibility. So it's all her fault. AKA, she deserved to get shot in the face. This is what's cooking here. Who then violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer, who seems to have shot her in self-defense. There you have it. It was self-defense, ladies and gentlemen. Forget what your eyes saw. Forget that you saw the wheels moving away from the guy. The lady's trying to flee. Forget this. Forget the fact that he's standing where he's not supposed to, breaking police protocol. Forget the fact that he could have moved out the way easily, right? If somebody's backing up their car here and they put it on drive, I'm not going to stand, whether it is any situation. Nobody stands in front of the car. Okay. So you're going to move out the way. That's just common sense. That's just survival instinct. You move out the way. So, who seems to have shot her in self-defense. Based on the attached clip, it is hard to believe he is alive. Bruh. You can see how he's cooking up the pardon later. He's basically, you know what this statement is saying? Don't waste your time prosecuting him because I'm going to forgive him. I'm going to pardon him later on anyway. Whatever efforts you put in, this is like trying to discourage prosecution and the whole thing. It's like, don't even bother because I think he's innocent. And I think he acted in self-defense. Therefore, the pardon is coming. That's what that's saying. Who seems have shot her in self-defense. Based on that touch clip, it is hard to believe he is alive, but is now recovering in the hospital. The situation is being studied. Yeah, but you came to a whole bunch of conclusions already that he's innocent. When the clip that you saw, okay, and that she was at fault. When the clip that you saw clearly goes against what you stated, that he acted in self-defense and that it was vicious and all this whatever. The situation's being studied in its entirety, okay? But the reason these incidents are happening is because the radical left is threatening, assaulting, and targeting our law enforcement officers. If this is true, obviously I'm not okay with this. And ICE agents on the daily basis. They are just trying to do the job of making America safe. Okay. Let's say I even agree with that. It still doesn't justify this woman getting shot in the face in this incident. We need to stand by and protect our law enforcement officers. I agree, but not when they mess up and do something wrong. From this radical left movement of violence and hate. Well, I agree. I agree with that also, right? But not when you're the one that's shooting the lady in the face and she's trying to flee away, bro. So you see, I can call it down the line, bro. I can call it down the line. I can say, yeah, that's wrong. That's wrong. This is right. I agree with this. I agree with this. That's wrong. That's wrong. But this mentality that a lot of people on the right have, that no matter what police does, it's justified. Well, the police was shot a baby in the face. Well, what did the baby do? Some people have this mentality, bro. The police can do no wrong. Well, what did the baby do? I don't know. Like, where was it? It was in the hood. What color was the baby? Black. What was he doing? He smacked the officer in the leg. Justify. He shot him in the face. Justify. Bro, there are people that are like this. This is not, come on. The reason I bring that example up is because I did see a video clip one time of this police officers. They were chasing some guy in the hood, and they were standing in a corner, and there was a little like a little toddler, a little black kid. He was a toddler, and he was trying to swing at the cops, right? And the cops were like, "Whoa, like, what are you doing?" And obviously, that's crazy. That's a whole nother topic, right? You gotta teach your kids right. And in a lot of situations, a lot of these people in the hood, they're doing foul stuff. Again, I'm gonna call it how it is, bro. So, I don't like when the police can't do their job because they're gonna get accused of being racist and all this BS. Also, that's BS, right? Now that's what the left tries to do all the time. They do something, oh, it's because he's black. Come on, bro. What was he doing? He was stealing from the store. Okay. And what ended up happening? Well, he had a knife in his hand. And what ended up happening? The cop shot him. He's innocent. Well, he was walking in the video towards the cop with a knife in his hand. The hell you mean he's innocent? Justified. You see? So, and I've seen also situations like this on YouTube. So don't tell me that guy's innocent, right? But going back to the incident of the lady that got shot in the face, nah, bro. I have eyes. I saw what happened in the video. She's wrong for trying to flee away, but that lady should not be that dead. Sorry. The way that should have ended, it's like this. He gets out of the way, because he had plenty of time to get out of the way rather than standing there and draw his weapon. He gets out of the way. She drives off as she was trying to do. Let her go. Get her tag. Get her tag. Okay, you got her tag, the information? We'll get her later. What are you there for? Are you there to capture somebody that's illegal? Then focus on that. What are you doing trying to get involved in this other stuff? We got her tag. We'll get her later. Don't worry about it. That's it. That's how it should have gone. But no, instead, lady shot in the face. Over what? And now they're trying to basically tell you, don't believe your eyes. What you saw didn't happen. Yeah, she was trying to run him over with a car. No, my eyes. I know they're not 2020, but my eyes are telling me something else. So anyway, this guy has a shirt that says 0% liberal. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Yeah, man. That's where we're at. I think we have lost um, a certain thing as a society here in the U.S. where human life is not valued. It's not, because what I see is this. What I see is, if a Republican, let's say, gets killed unjustly, you'll have the left celebrating. And what we see also is, if a person from the left gets killed unjustly, you have the right celebrating, saying she deserved it, or F around and find out. See, like this people F around and find out. So you can see there's almost like a psychopathic disconnect that they have put all their life revolves around politics. If you have anything negative to say about my political party, then if you die, it's okay. If you die, it's okay, because I didn't agree with your political views. Bro, these are low IQ people, even if they're on the right side. In my opinion, my humble opinion, conservative side makes more sense, right? But I, as a conservative, I can see for myself, and what happened in the video is bullshit. The lady did not need to die. See, this is called your brain still functioning, and you haven't been indoctrinated by the political party. You can still call right and right, wrong and wrong. Still hold on to your views. I'm pro-life. I'm pro-keep sexual orientation stuff out of kids' schools. I'm pro, no, you're not gonna pretend you're a woman and go into the woman's bathroom. No, sir. Right? I'm pro Second A. I'm pro First Amendment. I'm pro freedom of religion. I'm pro marriage. I'm conservative. Yeah. But I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not gonna say, well, I support eyes, therefore they can't do no wrong. She was trying to kill him with a car. No, she wasn't trying to kill him with a car. She was trying to flee. And she did not deserve to get shot in the face. That's a very wise, Alex. That is extremely wise statement. First time I've heard that. How can you say she wasn't trying to kill him? Because I have eyes and I saw the video. Was she trying to drive towards him or away from him? Did he have time to get out the way? Is it police protocol for him to be standing in front of a fleeing vehicle? No. So how can I say? Because I saw from different angles what happened. He was in front of the car. It is not protocol. Actually, the opposite. It's what police trains you to do, to get away from a fleeing vehicle, not in front of a fleeing vehicle. What do you mean? Well, how can I? Because I saw, and I have reason and the ability to reason with what's presented in front of me. she didn't go this way to try to run him over. She went this way to try to go around him. He sees she's putting the car on reverse. He knows she's about to flee the scene. There's nowhere in police protocol that says stand in front of the car and draw your weapon like this. Act like Superman, like she's not going to move now. The opposite is true. They tell you get the hell away from in front of the car. And she was trying to drive away from him. I don't care what anybody says. That lady did not deserve to get shot in the face. So wrong is wrong, bro. If you're gonna subscribe to the whole she was trying to run him over and just because you agree with ICE, I agree with ICE too. You agree with the police, I agree with the police too. But it's bullshit. You should be able, as a normal human being without bias. If you're just all about bias, then you're gonna say, no matter what, even if she was driving away and he shot her from the back, you're gonna say, well, she should have ran away. Yo, no, man, that's just being a hypocrite. Borderline evil, to be honest. Shooting her did not stop the car. What do you mean shooting her did not stop the car? Well, shooting her did stop the car. It did stop the car. It's just the wrong thing to do. That's not how you stop somebody who's trying to flee. It stopped the car because she crashed into the other car over there off the ledge. Yeah, someone was recording. I saw the lady, one of the ladies was recording, and she was like, you shot my effing neighbor in the face. She was screaming. That's crazy. So somebody posted this video, right? This guy here. I'm going to show you my response. I'm going to show you. Right? He said, we have to stop pretending these people are like us. There's only one Europe. I think he retweeted it. But he said something like, what was the original? Let me see. Show the original. Oh, this is translating it. Anyway, I said, is it in this video? Let me see if it's in this video. In this specific post. Let me see if we can find my post here. If not, then this is somebody that posted it for a second time. I don't know where my thing is. Anyways, I said, we already have this. It's called Black Fridays, and it happens at Walmart every year over PlayStations and flat screen TVs. Facts. And then I posted a meme of like somebody opening a store on Black Fridays and it, like a wave of people. And I said something like, we have all colors and all types. And it was like a wave of people coming into this Walmart, like pushing each other, shoving each other out the way, trying to grab stuff. Let's pretend. Look, they're playing the video again. Look. Look, they're playing the video again, and they're playing it in slow motion. Hold on. Let's let it replay here. Let's go back. Let's take it from the top. Okay, she's backing up. Look, he's already in the front. Sir, move out. Why are you standing there? Look, hand on weapon. Before the wheel started moving forward. Look. Backing up. Car comes to a stop. Right? Wheel start turning the opposite way. He already has hand and weapon. Look. Okay, now let's look at the foot. Because they were saying that his foot got ran over. Let's see. Nope. The foot did not get ran over. That's one. Right? He's standing there firm. Weapon drawn. Foot is out the way. Boom. Don't tell me, bro, that this lady was trying to run him over. Let's not look. Her wheels are turning away from the guy. Look, turning right. Boom, you see? She's trying to get away. Don't tell me that this merited a woman getting shot in the face or anybody getting shot in the face. Nope. This is a case of, oh, you're not going to stop, I'm going to shoot you. That's it. Because I'm a federal agent. I'm going to shoot you. This is not good, bro. This is not good. I'm sorry, but this is not good. That's a perfect example of a bad apple in a good group. You know how we say all groups have bad apples? You're watching it right there. That's an example of that. Justified. Yeah, you must be brain dead. You're either brain dead or you're evil. I don't think there's an in-between. But you can hold on to that opinion. Of course, a car is a deadly weapon, but she was trying to drive away from him. If she had turned the wheels this way to try to run him over, I'm on board. She was trying to kill him. He killed her first. But we can observe, even in slow motion, people will say justify because they're insincere. They're insincere. They don't care about truth. These are the same type of people that even if Jesus alayhi salam came down and shook them by the shoulders and said, I'm not God, I told you a bunch of times in the Bible, they'll still say, no, you are God. Because there's an ego thing, is I want to be right. See, F around and find out. You see, these people are hypocrites. They're hypocrites. They're conservative. I'm a conservative, and I'm telling you they're hypocrites. This is cult mentality. Cops can't do no wrong. It's a cop. Oh, he's right. And I'm pro-police again, like I've said a million times. Yeah, so. You're the lucky one. You too. You guys are lucky. All right, I think I'm going to go get some lunch now. Inshallah. BLT? Nah. No BLT for me. Start recording video. Did you see the Somali Uber driver question by ICE? No. Let me look that up. Should I put, what should I put? Somali. Uber driver, said? Uber driver. I'm sure if I put that up, it should come up. No, this is not it. Let me see. Let me put the word ICE next to it. See if it comes up. A Somali Uber driver confronts ICE agent over fatal shooting of the... Oh, is that related to the same case? He was parked and they started questioning him. Oh, he was parked near the scene. So you guys shooting at people, man, For what? Why did you guys shoot that lady? An officer today shot a lady in the head. For what? Yeah. He said like an alien with a spaceship. You Indian? Not today. Go where? If someone's standing in front of a car and you floor it, that means you drove towards them. Well, that's not what happened. So that doesn't apply to the situation. Nobody floored anything, and she wasn't driving towards him. You can't floor it from 0 to what? What was her speed there? 5 miles per hour? 8? That's not flooring it. And she wasn't driving towards him. She was driving away. So I hope you're not this guy's lawyer. Because if you're his lawyer, he's cooked. That's exactly what happened. Yeah. Not to the people that seen the video and have eyeballs to work. Let me see. What is this? This guy is driving. Where's this? Stuff you see here, bro. What's this? Oh no, look. They filmed a video of Muslims in Michigan. What are we going to do? The ICE agent fled afterwards without investigation. Should he be shot? Good question. Supposedly he also went over there to check on her. Right. Good. But wait, Trump said he was in the hospital, and it's a good thing that he's still alive. Yeah. So this is the guy. Minnesota police are trying to look for his agent. They want to prosecute him for murder. Who? Minnesota police. That means state charges. The guy that shot the lady in the face. Mr. I'm a federal agent. You better stop this vehicle right now while I stand in front of it. You better stop or I'll shoot you. Sir, this is not protocol for police department to do this. Yes, but do you not see the word federal on my jacket? How dare you not stop at once? Do you know this man? Please contact the Minnesota police. Yeah, that means they're trying to put state charges on him. They're going to try to put state charges on him. Yeah, we're not going to beat a dead horse. Let me see. What? This is how child acts at school after disagreement with her teacher. This is a little girl tearing. Let me see. This is the headline. This is how her child acts at school after disagreement with a teacher. This is a toddler throwing a tantrum. She said, no. Teacher's calling her. She's like, no. She's like, no. No. Alhamdulillah. The little girl needs help. Need to blow my nose? Nah, not right now. It is itchy, but how dare you? Somebody, let me see if I find that post. Has anybody got an Indian head massage? Look at this guy here. Anybody tried an Indian head massage? Watch this. Watch this. He's cracking him in the back with a pan. He's like, oh man. I told my wife joking around the other day, I need you to give me one of those one of those Indian back massage. She was like, I'm not gonna start whipping you with a pan. She was laughing. Wait, it's not done. He's just warming up now. He's warming up. What in the world? And he's on the phone too. Yo, get ready. Here he comes. He's just warming up. Oh man. What do you think, Boosum? What do you think? You want one of those? The guy that's filming, he's cracking up. Yo. That comes free with a haircut. No, I'll skip on that. I'll be like, nah, brother, it's okay. Thanks for the haircut. Here's payment, and that's it. You go for a haircut, you come out with a haircut and a headache. Freaking got a 3-day concussion. Barber proctor. That's a good phrase right there. There's a barber proctor. Mashallah. See, this will never make it to the mainstream media. Nope. 96-year-old man converts to Islam. Alhamdulillah. Wow, bro. That's crazy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and those who are not sure, I'll do another live stream later, inshallah. But I'm going for now. When I go to Mecca. Inshallah. I'm not going to say inshallah soon because I don't think that's going to happen. But inshallah eventually. All right, I'm out. I'll be back later, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.